The Simpsons is extremely ingrained in our pop culture.
Yeah.
If you pretty much because it's so easily translated into so many languages is because it is the reason that it's become so popular across the world.
Yeah.
Particularly back in the 90s, Bart was like a really big ad icon, I suppose, because of all the Butterfinger ads and all the game ads, and even just ads for the show. I mean, Bart was printed on so many fucking t-shirts and had so many plushies and shit like that back then.
But I think in no matter what country was viewing it at the time, the kids around his age, like, they would look up to him as well.
Well, yeah, that's exactly right. It's why they've got this sort of spread on ages of characters in the show, particularly the main ones. So you have Lisa and Bart, who are the main sort of child demographic, 8 to 10, who would find these jokes funny and know what they're talking about.
But also like a 10-year-old boy who's now like forgotten about sort of thing, because like Lisa is the younger one and she's like the academic, so she's always, so it matches in with like in reality, like in real life as well, because like the oldest one is used to being like the favorite sort of thing, because they were the only one, and then a younger one comes in, the parents care more about that one, and then when they're excelling as well, then the older one gets more forgotten about.
On top of that, though, it also captures the problems of the middle child in Lisa, because Lisa is constantly referenced as, especially in the like much earlier seasons, she's seen as this really depressed fucking existential character.
Yeah.
But middle children of all ages can understand that, being sort of the forgotten child, because in the same way that she makes Bart jealous through excelling, he makes her jealous in that he's getting all of his parents' attention.
Yeah, because he's always fucking up.
Exactly.
And he's fucking up because he's angry about Lisa being the favourite one. But then, like, the episode where Maggie, and, like, the one that they're in, like, a museum or something, and she ends up saving them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, with that one, it's the same thing again. Like, Lisa is now Bart, and Maggie is Lisa, sort of thing.
Yeah. That's the one where she goes to the school that's run by Simon Cowell or something, isn't it?
I don't remember the start of it.
She's supposed to be like really intelligent. They want to drop her off at a daycare center. She's supposed to be really intelligent, right?
Oh, yeah.
So she starts figuring out these puzzles and does this IQ test, and she's got a higher IQ test than Lisa.
Yeah.
Lisa then gets jealous of that and eventually runs away and goes to the museum.
Yeah.
She's had a couple of intellectual crises as well. Lisa. Because she constantly struggles with the idea that maybe she's not as intelligent as she thinks she is. So,
yeah, like
one of the first examples of that is where, well, there's a few examples actually. So you've got the documentary being made about Springfield Elementary.
Yeah.
Where she's called a jack of all trades by the documentary filmmaker. He says that you've got this spread over the knowledge, over all the things you know, and all these different areas, but you'll lose it eventually, and it's because you're not sticking to one thing.
Yeah.
So she tries to sort of find her path, and at the same time feels like she's stupid. Same thing happens in the episode where Homer and Bart have the stupid gene in The Simpsons, and Abe had it as well, and then she thinks that she's gonna get it.
Yeah, and then all the female Simpsons like come out, and like they're like doctors and like scientists and stuff. Yeah.
But that's the thing. She fears that she's not intelligent. That seems to be one of her biggest things, and I think it's because that's the only way that she sort of tops Bart for attention.
Yeah.
That if she loses that, that she's gonna be completely forgotten.
Yeah.
I think what we were saying before about the fact that so many Simpsons characters' images and names and voices and shit like that are so well known, everything needs an eye catcher. You know what I mean? Every TV show needs a reason to suck you in. If you can, at the very least, have decent writers coupled with a good set of characters to have different story arcs that either involve other ones or make that character stand out in people's memory, that's a much easier way to get viewers than just shocking material, even though shocking material gets
but like that's what I meant as well about like remembering the characters and stuff too. Shit, what am I to say? Oh, that with the Simpsons, like you remember their names because it's not like a Simpson is a sort of basic last name, I guess, like Williams and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's because, one, that they're yellow, so they look different. So you're like, oh, what's this? But then if his name was like Dave Smith, then you're going to go, oh, what's that, like the dad's name in the Yellow People show sort of
However,
thing. But because he has a different a different first name, then you remember his name as well because the color of his skin is odd.
Yeah.
and his name is odd as well.
Yeah. However, people could argue that in Rick and Morty they prove that you don't need that because Morty Smith, Jerry Smith, I think they...
No, but Morty is the main character, one of the two main characters. Morty is not a normal name.
No, he's not. But that's what I mean, though, because they've got Smith as a last name.
Yeah.
Now, Smith is an obviously popular name in the English language. But the fact of the matter is that their stories have sort of gotten to the point where they're able to make these characters memorable through specifically, sometimes specifically involving their names in it, but also being able to give each character a decent amount of screen time in that they can have their own story arc, they can, like, you always remember Jerry and Beth. Jerry and Beth constantly have stories together, and it's constantly them saying their names, and it's sort of drumming that into you, but you also remember how that character looks, how that character acts, and you associate that with them.
Yeah. See with Beth, I don't remember her name. Like, if you asked me before, I don't know, maybe I could have been able to answer you, but like in that show, maybe because I haven't seen a lot, I don't remember her name. Like, I don't remember the sister's name.
Summer.
Yeah, because it's a basic sort of name. But I don't know why I remember Jerry's. Maybe because I like him. And isn't the actor's name the
No, it's Chris Parnell.
Oh, never mind then. Was he named Jerry in Suburgatory?
Oh, possibly.
Maybe.
Or there is
because I feel like she... I don't know.
Or there is someone named Jerry on it.
That he's played before.
Yeah, maybe.
Because he looks like a Jerry. Yeah. And the actor looks like a Jerry too. Or like the voice actor.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that Jerry is a good... He sort of describes the best things that we hate about ourselves. The way that, you know... Because everyone can be awkward, you know, everyone can sort of be the person who's shut down in conversation and doesn't feel important. And especially for him, he's going through this odd crisis where he's living in his own house, and yet no one respects him.
Who are you talking about?
Jerry.
Okay.
And Rick and Morty. So, Jerry is constantly picked on by each member of the cast, right?
Yeah.
He's constantly made to be a sort of fool. No one respects him. No one in the house. Summer doesn't have respect for him. Morty doesn't have respect for him. Jerry and Rick and Beth don't have any respect for him. And the reason is because they choose not to. And that's it. He's given no other reason other than the fact that they just don't see him as an equal.
Yeah.
So he's caught in that, in his own house, a house that he says that he paid for, constantly being belittled by everyone that's around him.
Yeah.
I think that everyone can sort of feel that in a way. Everyone can... Most people with the ability to empathize would be able to empathize with that.
Yeah.
The Simpsons is extremely ingrained in our pop culture.
Yeah.
If you... Pretty much because it's so easily translated into so many languages, is because it is the reason that it's become so popular across the world.
Yeah.
Particularly back in the 90s, Bart was like a really big ad